Hello. This is my second day of trying this YouTube channel. Not trying, making a YouTube channel. I realize that anybody and everybody can make a YouTube channel. I'm to the point where all my suggestions for 2.5 years now. I've pretty much, I'm not saying like learned everything, but I've got the gist of everything. So it's like kind of hard to find new things. But then I found that I'm listening to things that I listened to 2 years ago and was like, passed it on by because it was too difficult for me to understand. But now I am understanding it more. Like right now, Bruce Lipton is on Andre Quinn's. I think it's Andre Quinn. It was the chemistry of the blood. Talking about cells. Growth medium. And that. Come on. Oh, wrong. Wrong. 50 trillion cells, skin covered dish. Who creating the chemistry of the blood? The brain is the chemist. Oh yeah, cool. What chemistry? I want you guys to hear what he said a minute ago. God dang it. We need to reprogram ourselves. So anyway, I only have 15 minutes as my tops because nobody's going to watch my videos, whatever, which is fine. I'm watching my own progress. Okay, the point of it is I actually took a shower. Not that I don't shower. I shower all the time, but I haven't been going anywhere for the last few months. Anywhere. I'm 2.5 years sober. I think I said that yesterday. From, drugs. And alcohol, drugs, whatever. And I have 3 kids. One that's 34, one that's 33, and one that's 30. The one who's 34 works at a post office and has his own place in another city that we live in. The 33-year-old is my daughter, and she has 2 kids that are my grandchildren, of course, 2 boys. One's 14, one's 6. And also, and then I have the youngest one, and he don't have no kids. And yesterday, I told you I'm gonna make this reality show. I mean, this is real. Anyway, I mean, like, look at me. I don't even know how to do. I don't even know how to stay still. Anyway, point is I'm seeing my progress, and anybody can make one. And I've seen some stupid ones, some stupid videos. I've seen awesome videos, and I've seen stupid videos. Well, I'm gonna be one of the stupid videos for now. I guess you are what you say. But to reprogram your brain is not easy. Let me put it to you this way. When I got sober 2.5 years ago, I could not get out of bed. Okay, sorry. I was also homeless with my ex-boyfriend doing drugs for 7.5 years. And finally, somebody pulled some strings and I got a voucher for an apartment. I didn't know this at the time. I was leaving him for the first time in those 7 years and leaving drugs for the 100th time in those 7th year. No, I went to the psych ward 16 times. Which I like the psych ward. It's a nice place. But anyway, I mean, it's not like people in straitjackets and shit. But anyway, or in crap. Sorry. Forgot where I was. It wasn't really important probably because I didn't get to my youngest child. Okay, well, he's been a handful since he's been born. So something might be a little, wrong with him chemistry-wise. I'm on disability for mental illness. His dad is definitely mentally ill, but he got into drugs. So did I. So you really don't know what kind of mental illness you have after that. I take meds for my mental illness. That is what has kept me stable for 2 years, because when I first got sober, and it was because of my son, my youngest son, he just kept trying and trying and trying. And I love my kids no matter what. They were older by this time. But I did take care of my kids their whole lives. But anyway, the youngest one talked me into finally after like 7 months of that's a big story. I can't put their lives out here because they will get mad. But the part that I have to say about my youngest son is because he was a handful his whole life. He was my youngest. His dad was in jail when I had him, and I was alone with him. I mean, not alone with him. I had 2 toddlers also. I lived in my own apartment. So I got Section 8 when I was 21 or 20. I got married at 16, divorced at 20. Had my own apartment at 20 with 2 young toddlers. met my youngest son's dad, and he was in jail when I had him. So he would not sleep in his bassinet. He wouldn't sleep without me, period. And I never slept with my kids and newborns because I was afraid I'd smother them. So it didn't matter. He would not sleep without me. So he slept with me until he was 11. But anyway, okay, so that's not my point. My point is, so that kid, I don't know how to talk about him without like saying the wrong thing. Because this is my channel. You know, eventually, believe me, believe me, eventually, I want this to be my reality channel. Like cameras, I have cameras all over that see the conversations that my kids and I have, the fights my kids and I have, the life that I'm living right now. And right now, the life I'm living right now is insanity. Okay, so my youngest, he gets me to get help, blah, blah, blah. And he, at that same time, 1 month before it, started taking a seizure medication for bipolar. And him and I were the closest. I'm talking like we share a soul. I know we share a soul. People think, I don't care what people think, really. I know we share a soul. I kind of hope we don't. The more I learn, it's almost like, well, everybody kind of shares a soul. You know what I mean? But I kind of like, since he's been 10 years old, thought that him and I shared a soul, like one soul up in heaven, two bodies down here, because we needed to take the other ones. I don't know. Anyway, that wasn't even into spirituality back then when he was 10, but I did tell him he shared soul, and I did prove it when he was 17. But anyway, this kid, this Lamictal, I will say Lamictal, seizure medication used off label for bipolar. Not, I don't know if that's FDA approved yet or whatever. I don't know, probably is, but ruined him. I'm not going to say ruined him. Changed his personality from a loving, okay, hard kid, yes, but I unconditionally loved him like I do my other two children. I understood him when he got in trouble, and he loved me so much that even if I didn't pick him up and my daughter was a hit baby too, but if I didn't pick him up, he would literally climb up my leg. And he just was, and it's not just because he's the youngest. There was so much more. There's just a whole life right there to tell. But I'm trying to give you guys a gist of things, maybe to get you interested or to get myself to know who I am. So he becomes really down and depressed, and not getting out of bed, blah, 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 blah. I have this new apartment that I got I was at the psych ward, and I had went and withdrew for 8 days off of, drugs, and in the ICU, and then I went to the psych ward, and I call him 2 days later, and I hadn't called him in 12 days, whatever, and he says, they called me 1 hour, and I'm saying they because I don't want to tell you who, but they called me 1 hour ago and said, you got an apartment. Okay, well, that meant that this hospital stay was totally different than any other hospital stay I had had in probably, I'm not going to say psych ward was 16 times, but there's been a lot more hospital stays. Like I almost lost my arm, blah, 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 sepsis, blah, blah, blah. So that changed my whole entire life. Scotty's calling right now, and I'm not going to answer. I'm going to decline because I am making this video. That changed my whole entire life. I had been starting my spiritual journey. I've had a spiritual journey my whole life, but 2 months before that, when I was using drugs or whatever, and knowing I'm going to be leaving my boyfriend for the first time, thinking I can't do it. I'm going to be leaving heroin and meth and all that stuff, and I can't do it. And I had to do it for my son and my daughter and my, whatever. I just had to do it for me. And so I'm not going to say I was gifted, but the divine God, I just say God. I have my own belief. I don't believe in Genesis, but I do believe that the creator came down as Jesus Christ. Blah, blah. I don't know. That's just a whole nother story there. I want to kind of finish this one. As soon as I got, okay, so I'm in the psych ward. And my son tells me they got you an apartment. So it changed my whole entire being. I had my first spiritual awakening. Well, I think I might have had some a couple of times before that, but my first aware spiritual awakening in the psych ward. I was like, it was insane. I couldn't believe it. So I didn't go to rehab like I'd planned to go, because that just gives you a little more time away from the place that you are going to end up going back to and using drugs again. So I came here and I haven't left. And the voucher goes with the apartment. So it takes, I pay 30% of my income. So that was a gift. To me, it was a gift. Maybe I might have manifested it. I don't think I manifested this one. I think this one was gifted by the universe, by God, by the creator. And I know the creator's within us. I have a big theory on that, but I'm on 10 minutes, 42 seconds. 44. Smoking another stupid cigarette. This is supposed to be my last pack. I don't think it will be, but whatever. I want it to be because it has to be. But anyway, so my son comes to visit me in this hospital, and he's overthinking about this med, like he had been for he started taking it, I think, a month and a half before I went to the hospital, and all he talked about was it. Lamictal. I told him not to take it in the first place because I've had experience with psych meds. I've had experience with seizure meds, which is Lamictal. It's a seizure medication used off-label for bipolar. I did Topamax, which is another seizure medication. They're harsh on your brain. They are for people who have seizures. So anyway, it changes his whole personality. I don't know what it did to his brain, but it did something chemically to his brain and turned off, I believe turned off his right brain, but I'm not the smartest cookie in the town. I'm just going by little things that I've learned. Oh, it's 11:53. I got 1 minute. So, oh no, I said 15 minutes. Sorry, my gosh. Smoking. Just started 2 months ago after not smoking for my 2.5-year sobriety. But I did smoke vapes, and I could not afford them. So I thought, well, I'll smoke cigarettes, and then that'll make me not smoke vapes, and then now I smoke both. But anyway, my daughter told me so too. But anyway, so my son, we're sitting in there having a visit. I realized that we are arguing, like getting loud, fighting, and it was over him cutting himself down, which had been happening since he started taking this med. Cutting himself down, wondering if he should go up 50 milligrams on it, and asking my opinion. I'm like, no. And then what he was cutting himself down about, I swear to gosh, I cannot remember. But I do remember for a fact that it was factual that I was arguing with him with. It wasn't my opinion, and he had an opinion of himself that was bad, and I had an opinion of himself that was good. And he was flat out 100% wrong about himself. And I said, oh my God. I stopped finally because we're getting louder and louder. And we always argue, whatever. But we're getting louder. I said, you're going to end up getting kicked out. You better leave. I said, I can't believe we're fighting over you cutting yourself down. And I know for a fact that you're wrong. I said, this is insane. And so he gets up and he leaves. Every time you talk to him, it was Lamictal. And I was like, oh my God. So it made him, a seizure medication made my son turn into using, I guess, just his left brain. I don't know, but there's so much more to the story. You can only imagine so much more. There's always something to whatever I say. There's always something huge behind it that I think you all can relate to. And if you don't, maybe you could give me goddamn, I don't know, on the comments, whatever. If I even have comments thing down there, I don't even know. I have no idea how to do YouTube, but I've been wanting to do YouTube for 2 years. So this is my second day. I did actually, do my makeup a little bit. Yesterday I didn't. Did my makeup a little bit. So I have a little purpose. I do not want to miss not one day. I'm going to do a third day, a fourth day, a fifth day, blah, blah, blah. And hopefully I get better than this. And hopefully, like, I actually do what my ideas are. My ideas are like a reality show with me and my kids. I'm telling you, it's some interesting shit. Oh, my teeth look yellow. Gosh. Okay, anyway, it's 14. Okay, so I'm almost 15 minutes done. Anyway, so my son detached from me. Christmas 2022. 2022. Detached from me. Oh my God, I'm almost done. Um, and I felt it, and I cried for a week straight. Magnetize Yourself YouTube channel helped me through it, but it was horrible, and he didn't care, and he still is that way. I gotta tell the story real quick. So yesterday, him and his girlfriend, he calls me and he's like, she's crying, she's crying. I don't know what to do. And I know she's crying because he's starting to treat her the way he started treating me, ignoring me. You know what I mean? Like saying, no, I can't treat you better. I can't get off the phone, and I won't. I don't want to. So you better leave. You know, rude, disrespectfully rude. Like he just don't care about you at all. But then tells me I'd kill myself if you died. You know, it's just really crazy. So I've kind of gotten used to it or accepted it, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I still have hope. Definitely. To me, I know for a fact God would not let my child suffer like this, and the relationship we had friggin' be severed the way it is. There's no possible way that God will do this for the rest of us. Or he's expecting me to love myself, whatever. There's some kind of, not expectation. Yeah, expectation of me to make things better. And this is part of it. So it's 16 minutes, 12. Okay, I'm done. See you tomorrow. If anybody listens, I'll see myself tomorrow. And I'll tell more stories. I don't know. This is just, I'm starting something because I have learned so much information. I've meditated so much, and I still meditate, but I cannot take any action. I'm actually worse than I was a year ago, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. It was almost like the honeymoon stage of spirituality. And all of a sudden, I'm stagnant right now, alone for the first time. Never in my life have I lived alone, ever. I've always had a boyfriend, or have lived with my kids, or they lived with me, whatever. So 17 minutes. I love you. I love you. Unconditional light and love to you all. Green, gold, blue, and purple. And that's from a meditation that my son's friend Drew. His name's Drew. Did a meditation, and green means love and appreciation. Blue means, or gold means prosperity and abundance. Blue, I'm thinking about something else. Blue, the time. Blue means focus, something, and creativity. And purple means empowerment. So I always put that when I comment. Some of the shit I comment on people's channels, I swear to God, I could just go forever and ever and ever. And then I all of a sudden want to, I copy and paste it, and then I pin it, and save it, because it's something that I can actually say on YouTube. And it would be just as good as what I watch. So this isn't, but I'm not really trying. I am trying. I'm trying. This is all I can do for today. This is all I can do. I want to show you one more thing. So it's 18:03. I got 2 minutes, still 20 minutes. Okay, so here's my cat's food. Where's that at? Can you see it? I don't know how to turn the camera around now. There. That's shrimp. And then those are her kibbles. She didn't like it. So I'm going to have to throw that shrimp away. Oh, that didn't look good. That shrimp away. That don't look good either. What do I do? That shrimp away and make her new shrimp, because I put I put a soup on. I showed you guys this yesterday. I put a soup on that she didn't like. It was Fancy Feast in a lobster in a desiccant sauce or whatever. So that makes me so mad, because this shit's expensive, man. This is all the shrimp she has left right now. So I'm going to have to buy a bag. It's like a bag every week and a half. Or a bag a week. I don't know. I don't really pay attention. Because time goes, like, I wake up in the morning, I meditate, be on my phone a little bit, and clean. And next thing you know, it's friggin' 5 o'clock. Like right now, it is getting dark out. I can't handle it. It makes me so depressed. I'm not depressed yet because it's not dark enough yet. But a little bit, yeah. Look at how beautiful these clouds are, though. This is what I get to look out outside my balcony. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, there's my light. My light came on. So that's evening. The light has come on of the parking lot. Shines right in my room, right in my bed. Like when I wake up, I look right at it. I've got sunglasses. I don't know if you guys can see them. I got sunglasses in my bed for when you're not supposed to stare at lights. That I can stare at the light with my sunglasses. But I'm learning quantum shit from it. Okay, it's 20:06. I love you. Bye.